Hey guys, back again with review video number 2. This is for the Neutron Signal. So this is the newest fairway release from MVP. It's an extremely understable fairway. In the Matrix video I said that the Matrix was not as overstable as MVP made it sound. Well, the Signal is exactly as understable as MVP makes it sound. It's about a speed 6, I would say. I have one gray one with a 173 with the misprint stamp, and then I have a 170 purple with the circuit stamp. I think it's about a 6 speed. It's just a little bit slower than the Crave, but probably flies a little faster than the Resistor does. Extremely good turnover disc. It's extremely consistent as far as flipping without running from you. I've been able to really work on good turnover shots or good hallway shots. I was using it for rollers before the snow hit, which, as you can see, it's pretty difficult to get anything to roll out here, but it is a great roller disc. It really helped me continue to develop my roller game. It gave me the ability, because I don't have to worry as much about getting the disc down to the ground, I can extend some lines out with it, work around some obstacles, or get it out a little further before it actually crashes and starts to roll. So that was really helpful for me, really took my roller game to the next level. Great disc for that. I was lucky enough to be able to get a buddy of mine out with me this time to demonstrate what it's like for a beginner a little more accurately than I can. How many rounds have you played total, do you think?
Less than 10.
Okay.
Like
And
you.
how did the Signal fly for you?
It was good. I mean, I was able to keep it fairly straight, which I guess is good.
And we've got some footage in here of him doing just some field work throws. I think we may have gotten a couple on the course. And for him, it was an extremely straight disc. It was just a point and shoot. He was able to get it out 250, 280, which is a pretty good throw for him just starting, like I said. And it was extremely straight the whole time. So if you're a beginner looking for a first driver or looking for a more controllable driver, then the Signal is a great disc. It worked really well, just pointing and shooting, and really being able to open up some more lines, being able to have a little bit of right finish, or being able to work on having straight shots or turnover shots without needing a lot of power to throw it. As far as more intermediate advanced players, it worked great for me as far as a consistent turnover. Like I said, I didn't have any issues with it running from me, but it did consistently finish right whenever I wanted it to. I was able to pull off some large ante lines, some really straight hallway shots, some high flex shots. There are a couple holes out here where you have to hit kind of a high window, but you need it to flex through that window to the right, and it's perfect for that. I've been able to get those holes down really consistently and just pull through at 70-75% power, and it flips right through the gap, still comes back just a little at the end when you give it a bunch of height. I've been enjoying a lot for the elevated holes out here as well. We're at Blue Mountain Disc Golf Course right now, which has a lot of elevation change to it, and it's done a great job. I can pull through at like 70%, and it'll flip up to flat on just a little bit of a hyzer, flips up, and it'll glide its way with the elevation down to the bottom without having to put much power behind it. It gives me a really controllable way to make it through the tunnel or through whatever gap I need to and still get the distance down to the bottom of the hole. So as far as a recommendation for this disc, I would say that it's a great disc depending on what you're doing. So my first tournament this year is hopefully going to be the Wind Blown Open in Livingston, Montana. And like it sounds, it's supposed to have winds between 40 and 50 miles an hour, something like that, something ridiculous. And I probably won't bring this disc with me, just because it's not something that I need to be throwing in that high a wind, and there's not a lot of tight shots out there. It's a golf course, disc golf course, so there's not a lot of real control necessary. It's going to be more about fighting the wind. But out here, it's done a great job for the elevated shots. I've been playing a couple golf courses beforehand, and without the snow, it does a fantastic job with rollers like I was talking about. So I was using it out there. And there are a couple courses up here that have really tight tunnel shots, or have shots where you need a lot of control, or you really need to be able to bend it and hit your line. And it's a great disc for that. I've been able to use this pointing and shooting and come up with a lot of really well placed drives that have helped me get a lot closer to the basket than if I needed to, disc up or put more power into it. I was able to just work really well with this at a low power and keep it controlled. So it's a great disc for that. I would recommend it to anybody looking for a turnover disc or a roller disc to develop your roller game, or recommend it to anybody that's just starting out, any beginners, anybody with low power in any way. It's a great disc. So let me know if you have any other questions about it, if you have any comments, or if you disagree with anything. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Hopefully the next disc I will be doing is this guy, the Proton Atom that I just got, and I'll have the video up here in a week or two, and talk to you guys soon.